Hello, Pete Brooker here, coming to you from Shrublands in Austria, where I've not had a vodka tonic in 7 days, 168 hours, and 10,080 minutes. Hey, who's counting? Let's get to some news. George Lazenby is retired. Request granted, George. You can now retire and finally pursue what every man dreams of doing in their spare time, which is, spending time with their family, of course. This is what Georgie Boy announced on his social media. This hasn't been an easy decision, he says, but it's time to announce my retirement from work. Therefore, I won't be doing any more acting or making public appearances, doing any more interviews or signing any more autographs as of today. It's been a fun ride, but getting older is no fun. I'd like to thank my manager and friend Anders Freyer, who helping me since 2013. The best representative I ever had. I can now concentrate on spending more time with my family. My sincere gratitude to everyone who love and support. Bloody blah. Brilliant. Thank you, George. And there has been a huge outpouring of love from the community. And my favourite comment of all was from Santa Tiger on Reddit. He says, well, my bet on the next Bond won't happen. The bookies always win. Oh, brilliant. Well, I reached out to Anders, his manager. I asked what's going to happen to George's social channels. I asked, will there be any retirement photos of George? Is he going to take up, I don't know, racing Shetland ponies? What's going to happen to George? And Anders wrote back, there's no plan to shut down the social media channels or website. Neither should that be the last post, but it's all up to George. It's up to George what he wants to do. That's fair enough. All right. So we've all been thankful for George for putting in such a stellar performance in On Her Majesty's Secret Service. I recommend, if you're going to go through his back catalogue, check out The Man from Hong Kong, touted as one of Tarantino's greatest films. And you should catch it even if it's to see this heroic entrance in an MG from Jimmy Wang Yu. I would personally recommend you catch Becoming Bond, a sort of hybrid drama fused with George telling his version of how he got the role as James Bond. It's very well done. It's funny. It has candor. It has moments of redemption. I bought it on Blu-ray, and I recommend you can catch it wherever you can. Now, at the time of writing this, there are some signed photos still of George in circulation through his management team, Anders. I'll leave a link in the bio if you want to dig out some of those. So personally, I think George has been a great ambassador for the franchise, mainly because he feels like, I think he's been one of the most accessible Bonds that we've had, aside from Roger when he was alive. I always felt that Roger was always within reach. Even I had an email back and forth with Roger back in the day. That was great. I never got to interview George myself for the book From Tailors with Love, though I did at least get the chance to meet him at the BFI 50th screening of Majesty's. I complimented him on his tie. He didn't respond, which is at least consistent with all the other correspondence and emails I've sent him over the years, but that's fine. That's fine. Bond fans, of course, will reminisce about how they went to Pitt's Gloria with him to celebrate the 50th, and he's done countless talks and conventions, so his willingness to embrace Bond fandom cannot be disputed. I think George will no doubt be best remembered for his one-off role as the underdog Bond. In his words, a complete original. But let's see what Eon Productions said on their social media in a reaction to the announcement from George. What else is in the news? Bond news. Not much else to report from the world of cinematic Bond. I did put out in the newsletter from an article on MI6 magazine that speculates the next era of the James Bond film series may be further away than you expect, as MI6 just revealed in the recent episode of James Bond and Friends podcast. Barbara Broccoli is once again working with Daniel Craig, this time on his passion project to bring his incarnation of Othello to the big screen. Broccoli is once again attached to produce, and it's understood that the duo is seeking investments from Qatar to bankroll the production. Further doubt over the timeline for a Bond rebirth came this week through a short clip with movie producer Ashok Armitage and brother of VJ, who appeared in Octopussy, of course, when he revealed that he is working with his close personal friend Barbara Broccoli on 2 projects for Amazon Studios. Well, bugger. Ashok has produced films such as Machete, Get Carter, and Double Impact, and on his IMDb page, a lot of films that I've never heard of, and even the ones I have, I'll be honest, I would never want to see. Apart from, Killing Hasselhoff. How come that is a thing? and I've never heard of it. Hold on, I've just seen the trailer. It looks terrible. Moving on. But don't worry, we have something else to keep you distracted away from cinematic Bond to the literary Bond, the Ian Fleming Foundation. Nope, sorry, the ianfleming.org. No, what is it? Just ianfleming.com. My mistake. ianfleming.com has released news air partnering with Vaseem Khan and Zafra Books to bring Quantum of Menace, the first book in the Q Mysteries, out in autumn 2025. There is a temporary jacket cover that has been released. Let me find it. Here it is. Where is it? There it is. Looks good. I'm on board. So on Vaseem's website, a little bit about the author. He gives a little insight into what the book is about. The first book is about the death of quantum computing scientist, If you don't know what a quantum computer is, you soon will. And you thought AI was terrifying. So what is quantum computing? I looked it up. What is quantum computing? Quantum computing uses specialized technology, including computer hardware and algorithms that take advantage of quantum mechanics to solve complex problems that classical computers or supercomputers can't solve, or can't solve quickly enough. Well, look, who needs quantum computing when you have Bond? You have Bond there. He's the ultimate quantum computer. He has Rain Man powers. He can unlock subterranean London just by looking at it. Lastly, let's round this up. There is a DB5 exhibit in Burlington Arcade to celebrate 60 years since the Aston Martin DB5's debut in Goldfinger. Aston Martin's Bond experience, the House of Q, is now open in Burlington Arcade, commemorating 60 years, blah, 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 blah. That will run until the 4th of August. There's a special anniversary magazine. I haven't got it, but I'll pick one up when I go down. If it's not for extortionate money. You can find coverage of this on Views from Mark. He did an interview with the chairman, head of brand communications, Paul Garnett. So I mentioned this to Anastasia, and she asked, did Mark ask him why their share price is in the toilet? Checked out the interview. I don't think he did. So I contacted them separately and I'm awaiting a response. I'll keep you posted. Alright, that's it from me. This video was created in partnership with my favourite razor brand, Wild & Heart. I have one here. I brought it to me to the Austrian shrublands. You can get 20% off the discount code in the bio. I've got further discounts on the newsletter that goes out every Tuesday. That's all in the show notes below. I'll be back next Saturday. See you then.